Ponytails. Read by Scribbler. After All by Fluttershy is Metal.
Today's the day,
Thunderlane said to the bathroom mirror.
Today's the day I ask her out.
He shouted exuberantly, pumping a hoof in the air.
But first I need to go buy some roses. Maybe I'll buy a bouquet of flowers that have the colors of rainbow to match her mane. Yes, that'd be perfect. I'll just stop by the flower shop on the way over there, pick out a bouquet of flowers, and then head over to her house. Or should I buy a vase?
He scratched his head.
I'll just go with a bouquet. Keep it simple. Wait, did I just have a full conversation with a mirror? I guess it's true. Love really does drive a stallion crazy.
He shook his head and left the bathroom, letting the door slam shut behind him. He walked out the front door of his cloud home, debating whether or not he should buy her chocolates.
Couldn't hurt. I'll be in town anyways. Besides, mares love chocolate.
Then he descended from his home and towards Ponyville, the town that the mare he loved called home. Thunderlane walked out of the flower shop, a bouquet with an assortment of flowers of all the colours of Rainbow Dash's mane in one pocket of his saddlebag and a heart-shaped box of chocolates in another. He checked to ensure that they were secure and wouldn't fall out when he took off. He squinted his eyes at the side of the saddlebag containing the flowers and decided to pull the strap tighter on them. He then did the same with the other side. He gave a quick nod and a smirk, satisfied that nothing would fall out during his flight. Then he took off towards Rainbow's Cloud Mansion, a magnificent feat of Pegasus ingenuity. He remembered helping her construct that home, and it wasn't easy. Rainbow had requested that every single inch of that place to be item-proofed, meaning that nothing that she set in or on the small space around her home would fall through, plummeting toward Ponyville. If he knew anything about cloud homes, and he did, it was that something that massive had to have cost a ton of bits. Typically, cloud homes could only have a few areas that were item-proofed, namely shelves and dressers. But then again, Rainbow was pretty well paid as the weather supervisor for Ponyville. Not to mention that bonus she got when Ponyville was chosen to provide the water for Cloudsdale in preparation for the rainy season. Plus, she did have several friends that weren't Pegasi. Thunderlane finally spotted the mansion and started flying at top speed to get there.
Wait, I shouldn't seem too eager. Maybe I'll just fly at normal speed,
he said to himself, slowing down to his original speed. But he longed to be there in that home with the mare of his dreams. He didn't want to just be a co-worker and a friend. He wanted to be so much more than that. He wanted to be able to comfort her when she was sad, wanted to be able to ensure that she would never feel lonely again. Thunderlane was very close to the mansion now, and took some time to ensure that his mane was fine. He got out the bouquet of flowers and the heart-shaped box, putting each one in a forehoof. He took a deep breath and started to fly the final yards there. Then he saw something through one of the windows of the Cloud Mansion. The mare of his dreams, Rainbow Dash, was kissing another mare. The mare had a pink mane and tail, and a light yellow coat, and 3 pink butterflies for a cutie mark. His jaw dropped, and his hooves fell limp to his sides. The bouquet of flowers and heart-shaped box both plummeted to the ground. He didn't watch them fall, though. He was too busy watching his dreams shatter. They broke the kiss, and he noticed that Rainbow Dash looked happy. Happier than he had ever seen her in his life. His eyes stung. It may have only lasted a few seconds, but it felt like an eternity to him. He didn't know what to do. He didn't think he could do anything other than just face the facts. He knew then that he would never be with her. He would never be able to feel what that pink-maned mare had just felt. He would never be able to comfort Rainbow when she felt alone or sad. He would never be that pony. He had to leave. It hurt too much to see the 2 mares together. He flew away from there as fast as he could, fighting to hold the tears back. Yet a single one broke out of his eye while he was flying, running down his cheek briefly, and then getting blown off. Thunderlane was at a pond inside of a community park. He was alone though, and he was fine with that. He just stared into his reflection, struggling to stay strong, struggling not to cry. Of course, it was futile, and a few teardrops struck the water, causing it to ripple, blurring his reflection. Eventually, the reflection went back to normal, and he stared into his own face again, his mind running rampant. He looked around and noticed the bouquet of flowers and heart-shaped box, which was broken, lying near a bush on the side of the lake. It stung him even more. He couldn't keep the tears back, allowing more to fall onto the surface of the water. Again, he watched his reflection come back to visibility, and took a deep breath.
Well, I can be lonely if she's happy, after all.
That was After All. It was written by Fluttershy is Metal and read by Scribbler, with the voice of Thunderlane played by Deep Voice Commentaries. Right then, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that. My voice is still pretty much wrecked. My throat really hurts from too much time acting as Rainbow Dash in Fic Readings. So, I'm going to leave the goodbyes up to Deep Voice Commentaries, but first of all, I'm going to say if anybody else want to do a collaboration like this, get in touch and I will see what I can do. Thank you very much for listening. Be lovely to each other, and good night, everybody.
Hey guys, Deep Voice Commentaries here, and I want to thank you all for watching this fanfic.